Do you ever hear God say, don't pray? Like you shouldn't even pray? Here in Jeremiah chapter 11, God says, don't bother. Let's take a look at it. In Jeremiah chapter 11, it says this, therefore, verse 14, do not pray for this people or lift up a cry or prayer on their behalf. I will not listen when they call to me in their time of trouble. Why would God say that? Here's why. They were serving idols. They were looking to Baal and Asherah and Molech and other false gods for what they needed. And they weren't looking to God. And so God was simply saying, don't ask me if you're going to ask Baal, okay? You made your choice. He puts it this way in Psalm 66:18. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. Psalmist says, David says. So if you got sin in your heart and you're not willing to confess that to God and get rid of it, God does not hear your prayers. You can't be living in sin and say, oh, and answer my prayers too. God doesn't hear. He says, don't even bother. Jesus put it this way. In Matthew chapter 6, in verse 22, he says this. Verse 24, no man can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You can't serve God and money. He says if you got an idol, could be money, could be a person, could be anything. Don't think you can serve both. You're going to hate the one and love the other. You're going to hold the one and despise the other. You can't serve both. So if you're living a duplicitous life where you got this idol there, don't think God's hearing that prayer. You got to get rid of it. So here's what you do because of that. Every day, wake up and search your heart. Say, Lord, is there anything in my life that is an idol? Anything in my life that is more important than my relationship with you? Search that out. Ask him that question. I dare you to. And then confess that to God. And then you repent of it. How do you repent? You turn. You get rid of the idol. A lot of times like, oh, I'm so sorry for it. And we go back and we worship it. We kiss it. We love it. You got to repent of it. Turn from it. And then you look to God. And you do what Jesus said to do in the Lord's Prayer. Lord, deliver me from evil. You pray that. You pray, deliver me from evil. Deliver me from idols. I don't want to serve anyone but you. And then, you know what? I can pray. But as long as I'm trusting an idol, anything in my heart I put before Christ, my prayers are pretty worthless. So let's have effective prayers today. Let's get anything of our lives out that needs to be out of our lives. Then go to the Lord in prayer.